Good evening, friends. In the last session, sir, I started introduction to this particular JDBC course. Okay, sir, this is nothing but our content of our course. Anyway, sir, we are in the first part. Sir, do you know almost some 3 to 4 days we are going to concentrate on this JDBC part one. Even almost still 3 to 4 days we need to analyze different types of theory concepts and programming concepts in this JDBC part one. After that, I am going to cover the database, that is MySQL database. Almost 1 week we are going to discuss on this MySQL database. Then 1 week we will concentrate on HTML and CSS. Another week we will concentrate on JavaScript. Once if you are very much popular with that, then we will continue from JDBC part 2, and then servlets JSP with one small mini project we will finish. And in the first session I started, okay, introduction to the advanced Java. The first chapter is nothing but 1 minute, let me give. So chapter number 1, which is nothing but introduction to advanced Java. This part we covered. In this, what is the first topic name? Sir, introduction to the advanced Java. When we have to go for advanced Java, and what are the advanced Java learning tools, what things are required if you want to learn advanced Java, I told very clearly. And even, sir, I explained diagrammatic view of a web application, how our web application will be developed. I explained with the help of a diagrammatic manner. This is nothing but the first chapter which we discussed from day one. Then after that, it has been started last week. Okay, then on the next day, sir, we had a discussion about the second chapter. So in this we covered very clearly about okay, we covered very clearly about this JDBC in a simple way. Like some people may have a doubt, are sir, what is mean by JDBC, how you can write a program to get the data from database. So many people have some kind of interest towards this. For that, sir, at the beginning itself, I have displayed a simple Java program, how it is used to fetch the information from MySQL database. So in that, I explained very clearly about the terminologies which is used in JDBC and the steps for JDBC application. Even we have seen one program related to this database. Okay, so demo program 1, and even we covered demo program 2, and one more program I covered based on the students interest. Okay, so how you can create the database in MySQL, how you can retrieve the information from that part we discussed as a second chapter. Okay, then in the third chapter, storage areas, we discussed very clearly about where you can store your information. Generally, it is our common requirement that to store the information in the database. For that, sir, we have these type of storage areas are there. What is the need of going for the storage classes, I mean storage areas? What are temporary storage areas which are available? What are the permanent storage areas which are available? What is mean by file system? What limitations are there? And what is mean by database? What limitations are there in this database also, I explained in the last session very clearly. Now, sir, we are going to start the next chapter. Okay, sir, which is nothing but more information about JDBC also I covered. So what things are there, more information about JDBC? Very simple. What is mean by JDBC? What is the introduction for this JDBC introduction? And I explained ODBC and JDBC. When we have to go for ODBC, when we have to go for JDBC, what difference is there in between these, and what are the JDBC features which we have, and the difference between these two, JDBC architecture, and what is mean by driver manager. When we have to go for driver manager, what is mean by database driver, and database API is there. Okay, if I want to work with JDBC completely, we are depending on two APIs. Sir, frankly speaking, in the complete JDBC we will concentrate only on those two packages. One is nothing but java.sql, which provides these classes and interfaces. The second one is nothing but java x.sql, which provides these classes and interfaces. And the driver interface is there, driver class is there, driver software is there. Driver information, interface means what? It is present in the SQL package which will give requirement specification. So this is my requirement. Database vendor is responsible to provide implementation for that interface. Okay, and driver class is nothing but it is a implementation class for this driver interface. Okay, so example, this is nothing but ODBC JDBC driver for Oracle, and this is nothing but MySQL driver. Okay, JDBC driver. And the driver software is required. It is available, it will be developed by our database systems. That is, if it is Oracle, separate file will be there. If it is a MySQL, separate file will be there. You have to copy that jar file and you have to place it on library files. So once if it is available in the class path, then only you can able to run your driver programs. Sir, these are the things which we discussed in the last session. Sir, that is up to chapter number 4. Now in today's class we need to explore more about this JDBC application. So here also I am going to explain the same application again. Sir, standard steps for developing JDBC application. Sir, I want to develop a small JDBC application. What things are required for this? That is nothing but our topic content. The first one is nothing but, sir, first step is load and register. You need to do both activity. You have to load and register driver class. Sir, how you can do that? That part we will discuss. Then, sir, establish connection. We need to establish a connection between Java application. Okay, we have to establish a connection between Java application and database. So how you can establish a connection, that part we are going to discuss. And then, sir, how to create a statement object, creation of a statement object, how it will be. Okay, and then, sir, how you can prepare and send and execute SQL query. Sir, I need to prepare one SQL query and I have to execute that query. How you can do that? Then similarly, we need to process result from result set. We have to process the result from result set, because once if the query is executed, the entire output of that query will be available in this result set class. So from that you need to fetch the result. That part we are going to discuss, and after completion of all these things, it is highly recommended to close the connection. Okay, it is highly recommended to close the connection. Let me see these steps one by one. So what is the first step we have? We need to load and register the driver class. Sir, how you can do that? How you can do that? What steps are there to perform this activity? Yes, so here the first point is nothing but JDBC API is a set of interfaces defined by Java people. So who is responsible to prepare this API? Complete information is developed by Java people. Why? Because JDBC is completely related to the Java program only. That's why what requirements it has to be satisfied will be known by Java people only. That's why, sir, Java people created this API. Then, sir, once if the API is ready, database vendor, maybe it is a MySQL or SQLite or DB2 or Oracle, this database vendor is responsible, okay, to provide implementation. This database vendor is responsible to provide implementation for this particular driver class. Okay, sir, once if this implementation is ready, then, sir, this group of implementation classes, is nothing but driver software. Okay, this group of implementation classes we can call it as driver software. Then we have to make this driver software available to our Java programs, because in my program, if I am writing any connectivity things, then database vendor has provided implementation for that. Compulsory you need to take that software, then only your program is going to be communicated with MySQL or any other database, right? So for that, you need to use that particular driver which is developed by database vendor. Sir, how you can utilize this one? So hence we have to, okay, sir, we have to place corresponding corresponding jar file into lib folder. I will explain this later. So we need to select the respective jar file and we have to place it on lib folder. Okay, sir, example. So in this case there are two steps are there. Step one is nothing but load driver class. You have to load driver class. How you can do this? By copying, okay, by copying the jar file into lib folder. So you have to select that particular jar file from the website and you have to place inside lib folder. I will explain practically how it is going to work. This is nothing but the first step which we have to do, that is nothing but loading. Okay, sir, second one, what is the second step is nothing but 1 minute, I will show you how to load that also. So here you can able to see it is already loaded. So in local disk C, in the program files, I am using Java latest version 1.8. So in these, of course, for the latest version, I will explain with Eclipse and then NetBeans IDE. So in 1.8, sir, there is one folder is there called 1 minute. There is one folder is there called JRE. In that, sir, there is one folder with name lib. Sir, in this, I placed MySQL connector. If you want, you can see. Sir, MySQL connector is there. Because of this connector only, I'm going to work successfully. Okay, sir, you need to copy, sir, this particular software from external resources and you have to paste here. Then only happily you can work with these programs. Okay, otherwise you can't. So this is nothing but the first step. You need to copy and place, okay, this particular jar file into lib file. Sir, where this particular MySQL connector will be available? Happily you can download from the internet. I will provide you link also, don't worry at all. Then, sir, loading of this particular jar file is very clear. Then what is the next step? Step number 2. Step number 2, sir, we need to register the driver class. We have to register the driver class, okay, to our program. You need to register the driver class to our program. Sir, of course, do you know in the latest versions of Eclipse and then NetBeans, automatically the drivers will be registered. No need to write any statement. But of course, here we need to write manually. Sir, how to write this manually? Okay, how to this write manually? Do you know somewhere I covered class.forName, right? This is nothing but the way how you can load your driver. Sir, here I'm taking, okay, com.mysql because I'm working on this MySQL software, mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. This is nothing but a tool which is used to register a driver. Okay, once if you are taking this particular driver name, so for this automatically this driver will be registered. In that, respective static blocks will execute and automatically the code is going to be executed. The driver will be registered. Now the corresponding link file is there and we have registered the driver. That's all. This is nothing but the first step you have to do for any JDBC application. Okay, sir, is it clear up to this? Please confirm. Is it clear up to this? Please confirm. Any doubts up to this? Yeah, Ankit, I am fine. What about you? Sai Kumar, yesterday I told, right, why we are going to use this JDBC instead of ODBC. ODBC will work only for Windows platform. Okay, but majority of our applications are going to run on different operating systems, right? So that's why we need operating system independent and a database independent programming connections. That's why we selected Java. Okay, that is JDBC. Clear? Ankit, I have explained at the top level, but internally how the things are there, that part I am going to discuss now. This much story I didn't explain, right? Just I have given the heading and I explained what information is there in that. Okay, please concentrate. Have a look once where I covered that. Hmm. Just I have given the headings, that's all. Directly we went for program, but internally how the things are there, we didn't discuss it, right? Yeah. Yeah, Sai Kumar, majority of the applications are developed in native libraries only. Okay. Majority of the applications, driver softwares, everything will be developed by using native languages only. Clear? Yeah. Now, sir, first step is okay. We know how to load and how to register the driver. Sir, what is the next step? The next step is nothing but we have to establish a connection, okay, between Java and then database. We have to establish a connection between the Java and application. Okay, sir, how you can do that? I mean JDBC. So how you can establish a connection between these things? So very simple, we know already. So how to establish this one? Yes, so here once we load and register, okay, driver, once we loaded and registered the driver, so by using that we can establish a connection. Okay, so once we loaded and okay, once we loaded and registered driver, so by using that we can establish, okay, we can establish connection to DB. Okay, we can use connection to the database. Okay, then sir, how to connect to that database? How to connect to that database? Very simple. So this can be done, this connection can be done by using which method? Get connection method. We have get connection method is there, method by using driver manager class. There is one class with the name driver manager. Using this we have to get the connection. So what is the profile, what is the syntax of this particular get connection method? It returns always connection class object, and the method name is nothing but get connection, sir, which is having, sir, string, okay, string format, JDBC URL, sir, which database you want to connect, starting from IP address, starting from DSN name to till the DB name you have to take. And is there any username, is there any username for your database that you have to mention here? By default it will be root. Okay, so if it is Oracle Scott and Tiger, like that we have. Okay, sir, string, even you have to take password also. So if everything is okay, then it will connect, otherwise it is going to throw some kind of SQL exception. Okay, this is nothing but how it will be. And I think you know, in the previous examples we used these things for connecting to the database. So somewhere we have seen, right? Let me open that. Have you observed? This is nothing but to establish a connection we used. This is nothing but an example for that. So string, the host is nothing but JDBC MySQL /localhost DB. So JDBC MySQL is nothing but our relationship, and localhost is nothing but my present system will act as a server, and DB1 is nothing but to which database we are interacting. So with DB1. Okay, so connection con is equal to any object name you can take, driver manager dot get connection. This is the way how you can establish a connection between these things. Sir, once if the connection is established, then we have to prepare, okay, we have to create a statement object. What is the purpose of this statement object? Using this statement object only we have to communicate with database by sending SQL, that is structure query language. So once we established, okay, once we established a connection between Java application, and database, once if you establish a connection, sir, we have to prepare SQL, right? Compulsory a query we have to prepare. Sir, for that we have to use this statement object. So here we have to send that query, we have to send that query to DB, we have to send that query to database. Sir, now database engine, in the database engine will be there. This database engine will execute that query, it is going to execute that query and send result to which one? So it is going to send the result to Java application. So our Java application is going to throw an SQL by using this statement object. So database is going to receive that SQL query, it will perform some kind of analysis on this. So based on that, result will be filtered and it is going to throw that particular information to the Java application. And you know very well, so at the time of receiving we have to use by using result set. Okay, and to perform this activity, okay, to do this Java application, okay, to do this Java application required statement object, compulsory by using statement object only we have to prepare. Then sir, we can create a statement, we can create a statement by using create statement method of connection interface. In the connection interface we have this method is there, by using this we have to write. Sir, syntax, what is the syntax of this method? So it is going to return statement create statement. Sir, if you want example, somewhere we have seen, right? So statement stmt is equal to con dot, so create statement. This is the way how you can create the statements. Sir, once if the statement is ready, then what is the next step? Sir, we have to prepare an SQL query. So how to prepare that query I will explain now, and how you can execute the query also I will explain. Sir, up to this do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Up to this do you have any doubts? Please confirm. Okay, fine. Next, sir, how you can prepare SQL query? Sir, anyway, what kind of categories are there is very very important. Anyway, I told already, in further maybe in the next week we are going to start MySQL, there I will explain, but at top level let us concentrate here. So according to the database specifications, all SQL commands, okay, all SQL commands are divided into the following categories, the following types. Sir, what is the first one? Okay, what is the first category? The first category is nothing but the commands which we are using regularly for creation purpose. Sir, something like we can call it as DDL commands. So what is the full form of DDL? Data definition. Okay, data definition language. What is the second commands is nothing but DML commands. So data manipulation commands. Okay, data manipulation commands or data manipulation language. What is the next one is nothing but DQL. Okay, DQL commands. Sir, data query language. Anyway, it is our own created terminology for understanding purpose. Next one is nothing but DCL. DCL commands. So data control language. Then we have, sir, DAC commands are there. So data administration language commands. Next, So the next one what we have is a TCC. What is the purpose of TCC commands is nothing but so transactional control commands, like this we have. Now sir, which commands will comes under this DDL, data definition? Example, so create a table, okay, create a table, then alter table, okay, create a table, alter table. Just 1 minute sir, please wait, Durga sir is calling. 1 minute, please wait. Yeah, sorry. So here, creating the table, altering the table, even if you want to delete any content from the table, so such a type of commands will comes under DDL, data definition language. Next, sir, what about DML? What about DML? Data manipulation language. Like, for example, if I want to insert any data into the database, I mean into the table, or if I want to delete any data from the table, or if I want to perform any update operation on the table, such a type of data, such a type of commands will comes under DML. Okay, data manipulation. Sir, do you know DQL? It is a completely select statement, sir. I want to select the data, I want to select the data, then we have to go for this DQL, data query language. So by using this we can select the information. Of course, in majority of the application we are going to use this one only. Okay, so because creation, all these things, other side will be there, because we are going to retrieve the information from the client side, we will push it into the database, but majority of our operations will be on select, especially in our course. Then, sir, what is a data control language? Suppose if I want to do any alterations for passwords, or if I want to provide any access, okay, permissions, all these things will be available in this DCL, okay, data control language. Sir, what about administration tools? Sir, all the administration related commands will be comes here, like so starting audit, okay, sir, stopping the audit, like this n number of things will be there, but of course it is not in our scope, just have a look once, that's all. Then transactional control commands, like if I want to save the data whatever I have performed on the insertion or update, we have to go with the commit. Similarly, if I want to revert back, then we have to go for rollback. So if I want to use save point, okay, at that particular transaction, we can go for this. Like this, we have these commands are there. And sir, in all these commands, our concentration will be only on two aspects, especially in this JDBC. Sir, we will concentrate, okay, we will concentrate only on select and non-select statements. Our next topic is this one only, okay. So what are select statements, what are non-select statements in JDBC, that we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. So how you can categorize these things, because select statement will return the result, but a non-select statement also will return the result. But what is the difference between these two? So that part we are going to discuss with examples, okay. Next, sir, how you can execute this? Can you please explain me an example? Very simple. So we have to call like this: statement dot execute query, execute update, execute many, execute query. Like this, multiple types are there. That part also we will discuss. Sir, select star from anything. For example, I am giving product. So in the product table, whatever information is there, it will retrieve. But sir, we have to capture the result, right? Rs is equal to, sir, where it is going to capture? For that, there is one special class is there. What is the name of the class? Result set. Result set class is responsible, okay, to store the result whatever you got from this select star from update query, I mean select star from product query. But how you are going to process that result set, that part immediately we will discuss. Sir, any doubts up to this? So prepare, send and execute SQL query is very clear for you people, I think so. Do you have any doubts up to this? Please confirm. Yeah, Ankit, we will discuss about that audit in further, don't worry, because it is related to the MySQL. Okay, okay, fine. So next, the next one is nothing but, sir, I need to process the result from result set. Anyway, my result set contains some information. Sir, how I can get? Because directly you can't print the result set, right? You need to process. How you can do that? Sir, have a look once. These steps are very, very important, because majority of the people don't know about this. Sir, after executing select query, sir, I executed select query, then our DB engine, database engine, will send result back to Java application, right? Definitely it is going to send the data to the application where from where the query has passed. This result is available, this result is available in the form of result set, okay. The data is available in the form of result set, where the result will be available in the form of result set. So okay, it is available in the form of result set. That is, what is the meaning of this? Result set holds result of execute query method, result of execute query method, which contains a group of records, okay, a group of records. It is contain a group of records, maybe one or two, anything, okay. Sir, how you can get these things? By using this result set, we can get result one by one, okay. By using this result set, we can get the result one by one. Sir, how you can get that? Very simple. So there are some methods are there, but as of now concentrate on three methods. One is nothing but next. So it is going to returns true if next record is available. If the next record is available, then it is going to return true, otherwise it will return false. Then sir, get x where x is replaced with wrapper class name, like not wrapper, yeah, wrapper class name, no, it is nothing but short name of data type. Suppose if I want to get integer value, get int we have to use. If I want to get a string value, get a string. If I want to get a double value, get a double. So if I want to get boolean value, get boolean, like that we have to use. Okay. And within bracket, sir, make sure that you need to take string. Sir, column name you have to take. Okay, column name you have to take. Sir, what is the purpose of this? It returns data from the column name. Okay. Sir, I want to get the data from the column number, no problem, you can use the same thing, but in the place of string we have to take a column number. Column number we have to take like 1 2 3 like this. And one more important note for you people is, sir, column index is not zero based index. Okay, it is not zero based index, sir, it is one based index. Remember a bit carefully, we should not use zero, we have to start from one. While res dot next, sir, if the next data is available, okay, then you can filter the data. Example I am taking. Okay, sir, system dot out dot println of, already we have written, right? Let me copy paste that because it is there in the program. Somewhere we filtered, right? Yes, this one, same content, right? Same example, right? Yes. So here you can able to see, in the place of one, if you want you can get like id. Sir, in the place of this two, if you want you can take name, like this also we can take, both are same, sir, anything you can use. This is nothing but how to process the data from the result set. Sir, finally, not but not least, okay, here close the connection. Sir, compulsory, whatever connections you have established, it is your duty to close. Okay. Sir, after completing db operations, database operations, it is highly recommended, okay, to close the resources opened. Whatever resources you have opened, it is your duty to close that resources. Okay. And in which order we have to close? Sir, we have to close the connections in reverse order of opening. Suppose if you are opening connection first, you need to close the connection at last. So result set, okay, result set res dot close, statement st dot close. Sir, any object name you can take, but for convenient I am taking this one. Sir, connection dot close, like this you have to close all the connections whatever you have opened. This is nothing but a short story how to establish a connection between these things. Okay. Sir, I hope everything is very clear for you people. A standard steps that you have to follow for developing a simple JDBC application. Sir, now next part what we are going to discuss is nothing but I want to divide SQL queries, I mean select queries, non-select queries, how you can work with the select queries, how you can work with the non-select queries. For that, a complete story with examples we will see tomorrow. Okay. Sir, any doubts up to this? Please confirm. Any doubts up to this? Yeah, happily you can go for this, go for that. With this you are going to get the complete core idea, then you can go with Hibernate, Spring, all these things. Okay, once if you are very familiar with this, then you can go. Yes, Sai Kumar, Bhupendra, can you please confirm any doubts up to this? Yeah, debugging we will see. Debugging is nothing, man, rectifying the errors, right? That's all. So step by step you can do that. Okay. Yeah, Ankit, only practice will give confident on you. Okay. Through application, maybe we will see. Okay. Yeah, fine. That's all about today's session, guys. Sir, make sure that tomorrow we don't have any session. Okay, so tomorrow we don't have any session. The next class will be on Monday. Okay, probably Monday repetition class will be there, because less strength is there. That's why we announced another batch on Monday, so it will be combined with that. So maybe I will revise for a few minutes and then I will start. Okay. Yeah, sir, thank you. We will meet for the continuation on Monday. Tomorrow there is no session. Okay. Yeah, thank you, friends.